Hello everyone, and welcome to my review for Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 217. As always, if you haven't already, definitely be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future Jujutsu Kaisen uploads. I'd like to try and hit at least 100 likes on this week's review. Now then, let's get right into the chapter. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be as long as the last reviews because this is mostly just a fight chapter with, most of the things of note to talk about not being related to the actual fight, more so being related to the dialogue, the character interactions. So Yorozu, right? Kenjaku said that she's always had a one-sided crush on Sukuna. And, it wasn't entirely clear, at least to me. Maybe it was clear because of the kanji. Whether or not that was like a romantic thing, or if they just kind of had an obsession with Sukuna wanting to fight him or something. But no. Yorozu, is head over heels for Sukuna. She's obsessed. She wants to have a big wedding ceremony with him. That's what she gets to do if she manages to kill him. So, keep in mind everything that we're talking about here. And then also the fact that, she may do this with his corpse if she were able to kill him. She's head over heels. She is lovesick for Sukuna. So there are two things to go over here. Which one should I talk about first? Well, one, she's out of her goddamn mind. Like, she is so insane about it. She's going through the entire emotional spectrum over it. She's, like, giddy with joy. She's getting super hyped and animated. She's getting upset when he, like, doesn't do something that she wants him to do. And Sukuna, oh my god, there's this one panel where she's, like, reading out a haiku or something that she's written for their marriage ceremony, and she's talking about how they should have Urayume make, like, monkey brain stew or something. And he's just standing there, and he just has this look on his face of just... Like, do you know how batshit insane, how unhinged, how incredibly off-putting you have to be to make Sukuna uncomfortable? It's really goddamn funny. Then we get into the other bit, which is the fact that, Sukuna is currently inhabiting Megumi's body, and Yorozu is currently inhabiting Megumi's sister, Sumiki's body. Now, I have been reminded of the fact that Sumiki is indeed Megumi's stepsister. They're not actually related, so I'm not gonna make an argument excusing this. Nope. No, it's, yeah. I mean, it raises questions about it when it's other people who are not related to each other inhabiting their bodies, but, it's still those bodies that are in this situation, and it's like, Jesus Christ. Maybe that's part of what grosses Sukuna out about it. Now, I know Sukuna wants to kill Sumiki to destroy Megumi's soul, but can you imagine how Megumi's feeling right now, deep down, locked away inside of Sukuna, watching all of this, powerless to do anything about it? Can you imagine how he feels about this? It must be a living hell beyond what it was already. Speaking of, Sukuna is apparently only going to use 10 shadows for killing Yorozu, because then it will really feel like the blood is on Megumi's hands. So he wants to make the killing of Sumiki as heartbreaking as possible for Megumi. When he says he's going to do this, Yorozu gets upset and references Sukuna using his shrine. Now, TCB translated it as Malevolent Shrine, but according to the Raws, they're not referencing Malevolent Shrine. She's just referencing something called his shrine. I think this may be in reference to his actual curse technique. Whatever it is, you know, opening up doors of the shrine, and unlocking the different powers that he has. That may be what it's in reference to. We probably won't know until we get more future context for it, but that seems like it might be the implication. Anywho, Yorozu's technique is creation. It seems that she has the exact same technique as Mai, slightly altered, or maybe it's just what Mai's technique could have been if she had like 1,000 years to think about it and was as strong as a Heian-era sorcerer. Because with Mai's power, she was only able to create like a bullet a day. And if she did that, she would be like physically drained. She'd be pretty much exhausted. If she pushes herself beyond that, it's going into the territory where she's kind of harming herself to do so. Producing just a sword, a copy of an existing cursed tool, took her entire life to do. It took all of her life energy to do that. With Yorozu, oh, she's just doing fucking whatever. She apparently has two favorite things she can make. Also, she can create cursed tools, but there are some exceptions. There are some cursed tools that she can't recreate, presumably just because of the complexity of the technique that they're imbued with, I imagine. But that does mean that she and Mai can replicate curse techniques within objects. Pretty cracked. But then you get into what Yorozu's actually doing with it. She has two favorite things to make with her creation technique. One is this liquid metal substance that seems to be what she's using for most of her attacks throughout the chapter. You know, basically creating T-1000 goo. Which, you know, not bad, not bad. That's a good choice. Liquid metal, always very versatile. The other thing is a giant bug monster transformation. So yay! We get the bug monster form. That's pretty much what we were kind of expecting to get from her, in all honesty, when those bug wings came out. We just thought, at least I thought, that she was going to have, like, a bug central technique. But no, it's creation, which means she just likes the bug thing. It's a combination of different advantageous attributes from various creatures, seemingly based upon insects, for the most part. But since her technique is creation, that means she can just go beyond that and do pretty much whatever. Which once again goes to show, creation is one of the most busted techniques in the series. And now we're actually getting to see it in the hands of someone who is really strong. So it's good to finally see those hypotheticals manifested before our very eyes. In response to Yorozu going into her big bug form, Sukuna decides, okay, it's time to take Mahoraga for a test drive. Naturally, this is what Gege gives us before we go on a break, because, you know, of course. So, since Megumi never tamed Mahoraga, Sukuna's going to have to. I'm not going to be surprised if he puts it in the same ritual so that it'll fight him and Yorozu, but I imagine this is what he's going to do to tame it. And then, of course, since the other 10 Shadows summons have been buffed by becoming Sukuna's vessel, we see that with the Divine Dogs in this chapter. It's probably safe to assume that Mahoraga has also gotten more busted. How exactly? I don't know, probably just boosted physical stats, because I don't think his existing ability, you know, his adaptation, his anti-curse sword can really be buffed much. You know, unless the adaptation gets faster, the range of the sword gets bigger, like it has a radius, it has an aura effect on it, I don't know. But it's presumably going to be disgusting. The next chapter will probably solidify current Sukuna as top of the verse. But, you know, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that. So yeah, that's all I had to say about the chapter. I was right. I didn't have too much to say about it. Just because there wasn't a bunch of huge emotional character stuff or big crazy implications for the power system or anything. That feels good. Gotta mix things up every week. Anyway, once again, that's all I got for this week's review. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I do Jujutsu Kaisen chapter reactions and reviews every week that we get a new chapter. Since we're on break this week, I'm going to be doing another one of my Jujutsu Explained videos. This week's video will be on Cursed Spirits, so be sure to look forward to that. And subscribe if you haven't already. I haven't looked at the analytics, but I imagine a chunk of you who watch me have not yet hit that subscribe button. And also, if you're interested in discussing Jujutsu Kaisen with other people, or you just enjoy the content I produce on this channel, I highly suggest you check out my Discord server. I have a link to that down in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Take care.